This is a Homer cocktail movie. A Homer cocktail movie. Homer cocktails holding a poopy. This is a Homer cocktail movie. Homer cocktail movie. Alright, I don't know if you can see it, the optometry place. They lost my chart apparently. And they said, once again, Monday. I got the glasses here. You can see if I could little Fontana Court right there. Let's see here. Can't see it on the screen at all. Okay, this has been one of my favorite dogs. You know, like I said, we already did the last rites. We're gonna one last picture with me and the woofer. God bless you, woofer. Okay, didn't film him saying it, but he said next week I'll either have the contacts or the money. Let's see here. Let's go across the street and all. A little rainy outside. And here we are. Okay, woofer is in. Woofer is in. He's just now starting to smell a little bit. But God bless you, woofer. Okay, this is Homer Cocktail vlogging again. Nice little sunset right over there. Setting. It's mid-May. There's the poopy. There is the poopy. I'm filming this one right now. I just turned off the camera a little while ago and mentioned that I might go ahead and chunk some videos together, post them, you know, in any mixed or random order. I started getting a little backlog. And I don't like having too much of a backlog. In Homer Cocktail 4, I have, you know, some of these that I pieced together called Glop and Gunk. And Homer Cocktail 24, which is probably where this one will go. I have Grime, but maybe this winds up as Grime, I doubt it. We'll see how it goes. I think I'm going to call these chunks. Not really sure what side it's going to go to. So, alright. What you might see is a few videos after this, and I don't know what they'll be. I'll just throw them on. Alright, cool. Okay, I just texted to my dad a few pictures. The hole being built, you know, being dug. A woofer in the hole before dirt was on him. And the final, without these two poles on the side. These are more for markers, but just the flowers I got from the fence out there. And a little tiny, you can barely see it because it's the same color as dirt. It's a makeshift little headstone right there. So, woofer's out there somewhere in doggy heaven. Okay, so went to the optometrist. Part of me feels like I'm getting the runaround. Other part of me just says they're incompetent. They're you know, just times are hard for a lot of people, and a lot of people cut corners. Hey, puppies! What are you doing? Anyway, so the guy said he'll call me on Monday. He told me that 2 or 3 weeks ago, and you know, just take life as it goes, and someday I'll let you guys know. But you can't force situations. You really can't. It's a fucking whacked out fucking world out there sometimes in certain pockets. So little patience. Okay there, this is Hummer Cocktail Vlogging. This is going to be short. This is introducing another video. I think the video that I started the day with was about 7 minutes long. I try to keep these about 10 minutes. So if one's short, I could, you know, do something like this. Nice hat, huh? Anyhow, recently in the news, it's mid-May in 2013. Recently in the news, there's a lot of corruption that's coming to the surface with the IRS, where they're tagging Tea Party and Patriot and anyone with those keywords in their, you know, startup. And what's that have to do with anything? Nothing. But also in the news, there's this guy that was some kind of director. He was, you know, teaching against sexual harassment and stuff in the military, I think. And they called together this shitload of people, man. They were did a round table yesterday, and they're wondering what the fuck's going on here, man. What the hell's going on? The guy that's teaching other people about, you know, sexual harassment, he got busted for groping females in the parking lot, and they say that there's a lot of this is on Netflix, by the way. I can't remember the name of the video, but you know, I came across it on Netflix about there's a lot of rapes going on in the military, a lot more than, you know, they ever want. And there's once in a while you'll hear something about zero tolerance this, zero tolerance that. And basically, I don't know if I heard this right. My mind's still trying to register it. But basically, one of the guys in the military, you know, higher ups, pretty much said, well, the zero tolerance thing is no longer our goal, or our, you know, our expectation. You know, we're no longer expecting zero sexual assaults because there's so much. But we'll try to reduce the amount. But zero tolerance is no longer the case. I started thinking that the government was corrupt in the late 90s. Partly because I was going to this ultra-liberal, or at least seemingly ultra-liberal school called Pitzer, and you know, I was part of a project called Save Worth Valley, where some fuckers were going to get paid $5 million, some businessmen, to dump low-level radioactive waste near the Colorado River. And they were going to get the economy was going to be good for them. You'll always hear them say, you know, it's for the economy, whatever. But they're talking about their personal economy, because everyone else was going to have to pay for a cleanup and the loss of tourism, etc. Plus, it's bad science. This is 3 minutes, so the other one's about 7 minutes. I'll find another clip. This is going to introduce something else. Or it might be at the end. Okay, here you have it, the Bates Motel. The Bates Motel. This might be useful, of course. The Bates Motel. Oh, sorry, that was me. We're launching Ghostface Comedy. Ghostface Comedy. That's right, you heard it. Ghostface Comedy. Ghostface Comedy. Let's get the screen this way. Oh shit. Oh crap. That's why we do this. That's why we do this. That's why we do this. So we make sure in the shot.
This is the 8th play of the drive.
All right there.
Another first down.
Okay. They're doing decent now. Of course. And fuck you. Right? And the whole thing. Hey, what are you doing, Poopy? I just gave Poopy some hamburger. I did. Get the fuck off me now! Alright, that's just me being excited. Oh, I'm missing the football game. Is why. Now check out this little thing. That guy's sharp, dude. That guy's sharp. That guy's goofy. This one's sharp. Look at that fucking sunset right there. So I can cheer him on. And that's how you treat, man. I'm no different than every other football fucking fan. Some are lucky enough to be watching live. I've watched my share of fucking live football games at the LA Coliseum there. Okay? It's not that far. Watched a couple at Anaheim Stadium actually, when the Rams used to be out here. But I'm no different. I can go in there and I'm gonna fucking yell at those bitches. Like they could hear me. Like there's telepathy. Because everyone does it. You have a good one. Party on. Okay, this is a gunk series. I'm just one called Spicoli. Fast Times at Ridgemont High. There's a surfer character played by Sean Penn. His name's Jeff Spicoli. You dick. Remember that guy who brings pizza to Mr. Hand's class and you're here, I'm here. This is our time, you know? So Mr. Hand says, you're right, and figures the rest of the class is there as well. And the pizza was delivered, you know, to by delivery guy. So he gives away Jeff Spicoli's pizza to the whole class, but Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and I had a buddy we used to call Spicoli because his last name sounded like it. And when I started the Home Cocktail 076 site, this is the kind of stuff I thought I'd be doing. A little more so as specific, retrospective analysis of my life, etc. You know, be a little fancy there. And I figured I'd do specific like cities that I've visited, been on vacation on, worked in, whatever. Seattle, Idaho, Utah. Even though Idaho and Utah are states, right? Been to Venezuela. Do a piece on Tijuana. We used to party over there. Been in New York, Chicago. And maybe I'll do that eventually, is dedicate like whole cities and just for 10 minutes talk about my memories and why I went there and, however they've meant to me over the course of time. But inside, I spent the last 2-3 hours, whatever. Started this gunk series while moving these boulders from the outside to the inside. I had some thoughts in my mind, and going to be graduating with a bachelor's in the near future. So I started thinking about things, and I'm going to be. This place is dubbed Phantom Studios. There's another trailer with 8-track and some drum stuff behind it. It's the original Phantom Studios. I recorded 70 albums here, and I figured why not keep a name, right? Anyhow, my buddy Spicoli goes by a different name on the internet. He lives in New York now. He's a carpenter and all, and has something like 600,000 views. A little over 600,000 views. He's been at it about 1.5 years longer than me. My original Homer Cocktail site, I just passed 185,000 views. It's mostly music. His is political commentary mostly. But we used to go to like Guadalajara's and San Bernardino out there. 20 miles that way, whatever. 15 miles that way, whatever. We used to go to different bars. We used to go to Limericks, watch Cowboys and Niners. My favorite team used to be the Cowboys. His was the Niners. And he got into religion pretty heavily, and it's part of his persona with his website, actually. And I known him since he was like 16 years old. He was working at the pizza place I used to work at, and my girlfriend was the assistant manager there. Referred him to me because I was working in the warehouse, which paid more money. And that pizza store became like a farm system. And I'd get referrals once in a while. Hey, this guy's good. You know, maybe you might want to refer him to the warehouse out there, and did it quite often. Referred the kid. Looked like a Beatle. I'm talking about Ringo Starr, you know, John Paul's, Ringo and George, right? He looked like a Beatle to me, except for his blue eyes and blonde hair, because he had this bowl haircut and, you know, walked, like Keanu Reeves in whatchamacallit, the Bill and Ted series. So Spicoli was his nickname. And I was thinking about, you know, doing a lot of reflection on the graduation, and gunk number 25 in there. I just processed from 20 to 25. Got to load them onto YouTube. Gunk 25 in there. You know, I reflect on that last semester. A lot was going on. And life had not been that hard. Up until that last semester, it felt like there's a real hard, real solid social wall of sorts. I'd been to Venezuela, came back, and I got them into Pitzer College. I got them into the school I was going into. I referred them to certain teachers at Chafee in the communications department. He befriended a couple of them. And they, in turn, referred them to Pitzer, and I referred them to Pitzer. And things began to get a little weird. Pitzer is this... you know, it's like the 60s. It was born in the 60s. I think it was opened in 64. It has a hippie kind of vibe, you know, Age of Aquarius, whatever. And a lot of vegetarians there, a lot of alternate religions. This guy wound up going Buddhist. And we were searchers, I think, me and this guy in a lot of ways. Me and my buddy John kind of quit talking about religion. It just became uncomfortable, religion and politics. But this other kid that we called Spicoli was always willing up until a certain point. Even now, I'm sure if I want to re-engage, I think I could, but I haven't talked to him face to face in a couple of years. And either way, we first started with Christianity, and I didn't know. I went to church when I was younger, but I thought the Catholic Church was just another denomination, basically. You know, that's the way it felt in my life growing up, you know. And then I realized, okay, there's Catholics and there's Protestants. And within Protestants, you have Methodist, Baptist, and, you know, Presbyterians, you know, and a few others. And because Pitzer College has students not just from all around the country, all around the world, you wind up rubbing elbows with Hindus and Buddhists, Shinto, I'm pretty sure, and whatever the world has to offer. And I bought a used religion book at a bookstore here in Fontana. I loaned it to him. It's printed by Time Life in the 50s, but hey, this religion really changed that much in the course of 5 decades. Maybe people's practicing methods and, you know, the amount of time they spend at church, but the actual religions, I don't think they changed that much. And I loaned it to him. He became fascinated by this what art I don't know if it was him directly, but someone had a poem or hymn or whatever on compassion, and he went the full-on Buddhist route. That last semester, though, he was indicted for murder. And I was wondering, it wasn't just me having difficulties getting along with one of my advisors, and me having awkward moments with an external studies coordinator, and me being in a different league mentally with the dean of students. But I wonder, and I never bring it up even in my own mind in reflection, I wonder how much that had to do with it. What happened is he eventually was dropped, and he did from a murder charge to involuntary manslaughter. But he had married this girl pretty rashly in '98, and she had a couple of kids, and he was home studying. And the story is that there was a bag from a department store. The child was a infant in the other room, and the fan was blowing, and it apparently blew onto this child and suffocated him. But initially he was charged with murder. They were saying that there was some kind of intent, and it wasn't just that it was accidental, bag on a wherever it was and blowing off with a fan. But some things they call is guilt by association, and I'll have to talk about this some other time, because I was wondering about why the vibe at that campus was different, and maybe if that had to do with it at some point, because that happened mid-semester in my autumn year, my last semester. I'm supposed to graduate then, but I'm coming on 10 minutes, so I'll have to cover it some other time. But we stayed in contact, and we'll see how it goes. Alright there. This is Homer Cocktail Vlogging. It's Sunday evening. Sunday evening here. Homer Cocktail Vlogging. Got some chores I'm going to be doing pretty soon. Hello, Poopy. Got some chores. Doing some vlogging though. I'll walk around, show you the chores. Derailed. I want to talk about Derailed. It's been on my mind. I've alluded to it before. I remember it happened in this movie called Point Break. Let's use the movie analogy. And I think it's probably happened in other movies with bank robbery scenarios, and I'm not sure if I'm mixing them up a little. Where I remember bank robbers went in and took control. They had the guns, and then there's this security guard or undercover officer, and he tells the security guard, because he shows his badge, he's undercover, right? And basically he says, "Hey, cover me, and the security guard's like, no, don't do it, right? And then the guy goes ahead and does it, tries to foil the bank robbery, and people get shot and everything. And life's like that. I could have a comet or a meteorite like happened in Russia just come out of fucking nowhere, strike me dead right now. Probably won't happen, but theoretically it could. And people, there's no guarantees in life. You could be in the bank, and something like that could happen, and someone might want to take the chance to foil a robbery, and then shots are fired, right? And you're caught in the crossfires or whatever, and let's suppose you don't die. Let's suppose you're merely struck in a, leg or kneecap or something, or I don't know. Let's suppose it gives you a temporary disability, though, and it derails your life, and if you don't have medical insurance, and if people don't care, I think that, now that there's universal health care, I think it's a little different now, but that could change the trajectory of where your life is headed. Anyhow, needless to say, I thought my life was going real well, and this has happened multiple times where I've had buddies that have lost jobs. When I had roommates a couple of places down, and one of these guys was real obese, and he was a habitual liar. He worked at this Kmart warehouse where this guy named Scott, he almost got me a job there, but my ex-girlfriend wouldn't. She said she's gonna break up with me because I was just starting community college as a full-time position, and you know, which was probably the best in retrospect because I made it through college at least. But you know, I wound up in a warehouse that was part-time around, you know, the early 90s. But anyhow, this obese guy used to live, you know, about, I don't know, a couple miles that way. He moved across the country by now. And he got fired. And, you know, he had been, basically, he hated living at home, so he rented a room when my dad invested in a pizza store. And another guy from around the corner on Aliso, he rented a room, and another guy and his girlfriend, he lived in some condos on Citrus, he rented a room. But when the obese guy, I don't know, the guy was like 250 in elementary, man, and he's like 400 plus, is an adult, and he's about my height. He did something dumb and he got fired from that warehouse. So that was one less renter. But then his sister moved in, and she this guy was like $750 behind in rent, and the sister didn't pay rent. And then another sister, you know, maybe we're dumb for letting them live there, but you know, one sister got knocked out, then the other sister came, and when she actually had the gall to come back and take a couch, even though, you know, she wasn't paying rent. And that's just the way life goes. But stuff like that could derail you, and maybe we could have saved the house if we had better renters. Eventually we lost the house in 1995. And then I got this one guy a job at Quill. I got 13 people jobs at Quill altogether. But one of them was about to get fired, so, you know, he figures, okay, I'm going to bring in my buddy who's a Teamster, and we'll organize this place. Well, theoretically, if that guy wasn't having personal problems, and if I didn't side with the employees over management, I could have left Quill in good standing and, you know, graduated on time and, you know, been in a middle-class life. I wound up writing a few books, and I did wind up graduating. And at this point, hey man, it seems like I lost a few years, but I'm not unhappy. I'm not an unhappy person. But, you know, weird things can happen outside of your own skin, and you wind up sucked into someone else's dilemma or drama, and it could derail, you know, your life like a train gets derailed, you know. And the goal is just to get back on the tracks and, you know, make something of life again. I'm walking out here because it's a Sunday evening in mid-May. I got some chores to do. You can see the shovel here, and this is one of the green waste. Worked as an intern, City of Ontario, for the green waste program over there. And, Montana uses Burtec. I gotta empty the cactus from this little receptacle into that thing, and then there's some more down there. Might as well walk over there. This has been a bad economy, though. There's people that are doctors and lawyers and stuff that have had it pretty crazy and have never gone through a divorce. See, there's some stuff on the ground from this tree. Got some more cactus in a bucket right there. It's got to go in the thing over there. You know, I've never had go through like I said, a divorce or child custody battle, and a lot of people, you know, got laid off out there, you know, within the last whatever years, because, you know, we've lost a lot of manufacturing jobs in this country. So I still have my health, and feel like I'm mentally accepting that this country didn't maintain its trajectory either. You know, that you have a personal trajectory in life, and then you have a trajectory that your country's taking. You know, we had a surplus going in the year 2000, a budget surplus in this country, and then it became a horrid debt with, you know, crazy shit going on. So, alright, this one's that one, derailed or whatever. Hello, Poopy. Poopy. Alright. That's all. Poopy! Okay, there. There goes a Poopy. Poopy! Sun's already setting out there. Homer Cocktail vlogging here. My dad stopped by earlier. Oh man. Man. He was doing some work out there with some cactus last week and the week before. And today he was out here clipping crap, and man, he kind of scared me. When I came outside, I was like, "Who is that?" Because he couldn't see him through the bushes. Anyway, I was thinking about starting a Life channel. I was on the internet looking for other sites that might be like YouTube. So I googled, you know, sites like YouTube. So I put in a search engine, sites like YouTube. And I came across some that I'd already heard about. I remember doing this before, and I came across like Crackle and Vimeo and Metacafe and a few others. And you know, some of them aren't necessarily like, you know, identical to YouTube. They have different slants on stuff. And one of them I found out though, you're limited to one video upload a day. I can't remember the name of it. I'll just search it again if I have to. Limited to one video upload a day. So it's basically like a journal, I guess. You know, like you just check in every day. And that's become my attitude here. Doing these vlogs again. Is, you know, at the very beginning, there's very specific points that I had. You know, I wanted to talk about this idea or that memory or whatever. This person or that place. You know. And I just got in the habit over these past couple of weeks or however long it's been. I've got in the habit of coming out here right as the sun's going down and doing some video vlogging here. Look at Poopy, huh? I want to mention something somewhat vague right now. Being a bit vague about specifics is I'm kind of happy, no matter if these things wind up getting uploaded, because once in a while I'll just get this incredible backlog, and then it'll set, and I'll just, you know, say screw it. If this goes to Homer Cocktail 24, I got it to like Grime 16, and then Homer Cocktail, what is it? 4. I did Gunk and Glop, and altogether there's about 70 of these things where, you know, hey man, this is just a bunch of crap that's rattling around. I just want to get it out of my head. It feels good though. It feels, you know, it feels therapeutic, and sometimes you can talk yourself into a solution. Even you just sit, you know, rattle long enough, and you know, ideas come to you, and hey man, I need to start a documents channel or whatever, you know, Homer Cocktail 48. Hey, do a music video, right? Put one at Home Cocktail 24 yesterday. And, I'm doing my best. But there's some things that, one of the things I want to talk about before, and, try to set it up, but, got sidetracked or just ran out of time. One time, I actually ran out of physical memory on the camera. But, and now Poopy comes, right? Poopy comes. And you don't want me to talk about it. Well, Poopy. Here you go. Poopy. Anyhow. In some ways, some of the things are a little more candid, and I'm happy for that. I wanted to talk about George Bush with the weapons of mass destruction, and Clinton with the stain on the dress. And it seems to me, and I've noticed this in my personal life, that sometimes, look at Booby! Gotta throw the dog in there every 30 seconds. Why not, right? Seems like the bigger someone fucks up, the less you're able to talk about it, someone farts, and you can maybe talk about it. That's not a major fuck up or something. When someone actually shits their pants or something, or has a Hershey squirt, all of a sudden, no, that's not cool. The bigger story you gotta hold in even more. And it's like, hey man, I just had a Hershey squirt. Don't tell anyone. Oh fuck, now I gotta bottle that shit in, right? Someone's late for work and you cover for them or something, right? No big deal. Someone else is out there. Once in a while we used to drink. I used to drink with the boss at the pizza store I worked at, as a matter of fact. But the bigger the fuck up, the more secretive you gotta be. And some of the crap I'm talking about on some of these vlogs recently happened like more than 10 years ago, obviously. And there's been a lot about Michael Jackson lately on TMZ. Someone, even though they've already gone through court trials and Michael Jackson's dead, someone's come out and said he was molested by, Michael Jackson. And people are wondering, hey man, why didn't you say it before? And sometimes they talk about like the girls who got kidnapped. That sometimes you're the victim, but you'll feel guilty. Maybe you could have done something earlier and escaped or something. People talk about this suppression. If I've ever lied, which I don't lie too often, but I did an inventory of it about whenever I lied to one of my ex-girlfriends. And usually, number one, I'm on the spot. So, someone asks you something point blank on the spot, and I gotta decide right now what the hell I'm gonna say. And the second thing usually is it's not gonna damage me, it's gonna damage someone else. I'll give you an example of that. The first rock and roll concert I went to here in Southern California. The first concert period I was with Smokey Robinson and the Commodores at the Mid-State Fair. Went with my sister. It was sometime around 95, or 85, 1985. But I went to a Bad Company Damn Yankees concert with the guy that eventually became my roommate. And another guy who started dating the girl I took to homecoming. I went to the same church, and I still, follow his sister on my Facebook. And we also went to a Motley Crue concert. We actually saw Motley Crue. They were following us in a limousine, and we were in his Volkswagen bus. But when we went to that first concert, my ex-girlfriend, we all worked together, by the way. Me, my ex-girlfriend, and that guy, and you know his girlfriend, who is was my ex-girlfriend's best friend, and his sister, and a lot of us worked together at that pizza joint. But she asked me, "Did you guys smoke pot? Did you guys smoke pot?" I said no. I said no. Fucking no, because he was gonna get in trouble. The guy was gonna get in trouble. So I said no. Hot box. You ever hear of that? We were at the Orange Pavilion, Orange Show. Anyhow, become a little more candid. And that fucking shit happened. When was it, 1990 or something? What happened? What's that, an airplane? Anyhow, the sun's going down. And we're at 10 minutes. 10 minutes, so I'm out of here. There's Poopy. What's Poopy doing? Poopy. Okay. The hour is upon us. This, the 11th hour. We're actually at quarter to 11 right now. On the 11th day of the 11th month, November 11th, in other words, the 10th year. 1 year from now, though. 1 year from now, it's going to be 11s across the board. I'm going to Claremont to pick up a diploma. This is probably going to be one of the Glop or Gunk series pieces. I've been doing most of my videos on the iPhone. Homer Cocktail 13 is full of those kind of videos. It's a pretty windy day out here, you can tell. But my USB wireless service ended a couple of months ago. Check out the Poopy right here. Hello, Poopy. Resting. Poopy, poopy, poopy. Yeah, my wireless service expired a couple months ago. And I've basically used my iPhone for my phone, you know? But I've learned a lot of things. The Facebook and YouTube accounts, the apps, in other words, they're simplified. And I had to learn how to Google search my own accounts to, you know, change my featured videos and, you know, do some other things. So, it's been a learning experience. Had my iPhone for a little more than a year. And, I bought a cable so that I transferred some of the videos and pictures to my tower, you know, home PC over here. Except that now that I'm not online, I couldn't synchronize or whatever you need to do so that I could put, you know, my music from you know, the tower to the iPhone here. So I gotta just take care of some of the stuff. And I think I'm gonna go get this thing called a Magic Jack phone line. Costs like $40, and then it costs like $20 to use it every year. So, you know, I'll still pay the $80 for the iPhone for the next year. It's a 3G. And I can't load some of the more intricate apps. They require, you know, the newer 4G. I figure by the time my contract expires next year, they'll probably have a 5G, so. Yeah, the Gunk and Glob series at, you know, the Homer Cocktail 4 chat site, goes into a lot of the emotions and thoughts of me finally graduating after all these years. I was admitted to the college's Claremont schools over there in 1995, and you know, it's almost like that Van Wilder movie I explained in another piece. And hey man, better now than never, I guess. But the time's upon us. We're gonna zoom in on this school sign over here. There's a new high school that way to the right over there. And I was out and about Friday night, and they were having a football game, I guess. So when I graduated from high school a little more than 20 years ago here in Fontana, there's only one high school, you know, besides the continuation ones, and it was Fontana High School. 20 years later here, there's 5. That's the 5th school. So got my work cut out right now. Got some other errands to run. They said my diploma would be in sometime in October. That could be October 1st. It could have been Halloween, you know, October 31st. But I figure give them some leeway. And this on November 11th. I'm following the cruise down there to Claremont and see if it's in. And I'll probably do a piece no matter what happens when I get down there. So you guys have a good time, and when I finally get that new phone connection, you can maybe expect more of these gunks and glops, and maybe I'll move on to something different. Alrighty there, folks. How you doing there? It's early January. This is Homer Cocktail 2012. This site's designed somewhat to kick out political issues, mostly for the election this year. I have another political site, Homer Cocktail 9, which isn't, you know, centered around this particular election unless some real out of whack happens. The other one's a little more just, you know, stuff that's a little more non-temporal, I guess. The Iowa caucuses just wrapped up a few hours ago. And when I was watching the 10 o'clock news, one of the candidates was ahead by a slim margin. And then I just on my little smartphone over there, my little smartphone here, this thing. The guy that was behind when I went to bed earlier. It's middle of the night right now. Well, he won by 8 votes. Okay. And why am I doing this? This one here and now, because the last video I posted was a sarcastic plug for, you know, a write-in candidate. Well, boom, 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 right in here. I checked my Facebook because I woke up in the middle of the night here, and someone that's usually not political in the news stream posted some, you know, pretty far out political today. So I figure, all right, the season's here, and then I remembered, wow, this is why I did this site right here. This is why I did this site, because the opinions just start flying left and right at this point. So I'm a registered libertarian, and usually I know who's running. It's been Harry Brown. Before that was Bob New, and I can't remember which person every time, and I just get a lot more involved, and I've had become deeply enchanted by the extremities, the extreme right and the extreme left. So I sit back a little more, and it's not like I don't care what happens in our world, but I've seen friends become enemies on issues that are here today and gone tomorrow. And you know, life's gotten a little weird. We'll see what happens as 2012 here unwinds. But a little more than a year ago, I blocked my own sister, and then eventually I deleted her from my Facebook for you know, radical and emotional outburst. And she used to be the opposite. She used to be the opposite, like about 8 years ago. You know, like 12 years ago, three elections ago. And I've seen people do this before, where their situation calls for you know, for them to support one candidate. You know, like depending on where they're working and all. And you know, they want them doing something that seems to be self-defeating, not knowing what the person they're talking about supports in every which thing. So yeah, I just want to touch base once in a while, and I'm not sure if this will even make the Homer Cocktail 2012 because I want something to become clear, you know, like, nothing. Usually I could come out of an event like the Iowa caucus that just happened, you know, yesterday. You know, technically yesterday, it's the middle of the night, so Wednesday, and yesterday was Tuesday, and that's when it happened. And I wouldn't even call it apathy. I wouldn't call it apathy. I wouldn't call it confusion. I would call it disenchantment more than anything else. I cared a lot when I was young. I don't care as much anymore what people's opinions are about the candidates. I don't care what the candidates say they stand for because they want to do something different. I care about a good world. Yeah, I care about that, but I'll probably give this one a little more time. But more than the Iowa caucus, you know, prompted me to do this video. It was seeing someone make a radical remark, or at least post a radical remark on Facebook. It was actually one of those cut and paste. So if you feel this way, cut and paste it to someone else. And if that continues on, then I'll start doing these regularly, and I won't be as ambiguous. So hang in there. Alright there, this Homer Cocktail. Homer Cocktail, and the sun's setting down there. The neighbors are, they have music on. It's a Friday night. I just heard the gate open next door. We're gonna take a walk up here. We could hear some, I don't know what it is, Latino music. Hear it? Okay. Okay, alright. Just gotta get a flavor of that. If I stay there too long, someone's gonna try to shut down my whole fucking channel. Right? And say, hey man, you're getting by off of our music. No, I just want to give you the sounds of my neighborhood, including the birds out there in the trees. You know. So I'm gonna walk away from the music, and I got videos loading, and lately, past few days, I've had the habit, just like I did way back when, I guess, have the habit of, you know, as soon as I feel awake enough, I'll do a vlog. Even if even if I don't have a subject in my mind, something usually comes up. Hey, Poopy! Poopy, Poopy! And before the sun sets, and the reason on that is I like to go outdoors and do this. Once in a while, do a vlog indoors after the sun's gone down with the lights on. But that's not what I prefer to do. All right, you want to wear a hat, Poopy? Want to wear a hat, Poopy? Which one of you guys want to wear a hat? Here, Poopy. Ready? See it? Oh, yeah. Looks like a little vato. Come on, Poopy. Got some people walking over there, so. It's Friday, middle of May, and this one kind of has a point, though. This one kind of has a point. Oh man, the neighbors are gonna party today. Let's see here. Where can I be? That's good enough right here. There's people walking on the sidewalk over there. I put some stuff on my documents channel today, and I put some stuff in my Homer Cocktail 24 channel, which is a vlog channel. I'm pretty much at the point, I think, where I've caught up to where I'm pretty close to being comfortable. Hey, Cookie! Pretty close to being comfortable. Poopy! Anyhow, I kind of had a fear for many years, and this YouTube thing has helped me out, and just the internet in general. I had this fear about, hey, what if I die prematurely and nothing but dickheads tell the story of my life, you know? People that really didn't like me or really weren't rooting for me to succeed or anything. And I'm not going to say I've succeeded, but I remember being in La Paz for an alternative spring break while going to Pitzer College. Not in 97, because that was the first year that I went there. In 98, and we stood in a circle and described ourselves, and we talked about our names, actually. You know, some people know what their names mean. My name's Edward on my birth certificate. It's not Homer Cocktail. I go by Eddie. But Edward means guardian. You know, sometimes you go to a store or something, like a Magic Mountain, and you can buy a real neat plaque or card. It says your name and then what it means. And that's what Edward means, guardian. You know, describe myself as reserved. You know, and you know, since the YouTube thing came out, I go through stretches where I've recorded music and I wear wigs and done makeup and stuff. And you know, I'm a lot less reserved on camera, at least, you know, that's what I became. But for a while, it was like, holy shit, man. You know, let's put it this way. I got fired from a warehouse after years of good reviews. And there are people in life that love to compare their best moments to your worst moments, whatever they might be. I've done this in life, I've done that, I've done this, and you've done that, this, and this. They just named the 3 best moments in their life. They don't know anything about median, you know, a median income. In America, I don't know how much it'd be, but it's not going to be in the millions, right? You know, if you take that, you know, you line up 100 numbers, a median would be that middle number. Okay, 100. If you line up 101 numbers, it's going to have 50 stats on the left, 50 stats on the right, and people are very content to do that. But what YouTube and so many sites have allowed me to do is show sides of myself that I've shown other people. You know, I'm a little wacko in front of my friends, or I have been. You know, I play guitar, and I have some videos where, you know, I've been drinking with family or friends or whatever, and that's a side of me. Another side of me, I've done calculus at school, and my homework cocktail 17. You know, I have a trigonometry video and, you know, some other mathematical videos, and there's a time and a place. And anyone's going to win that game usually. If I could compare my 5 best moments to fucking, let's say, Bill Gates. If we could find out the truth about Bill Gates, he wasn't always a millionaire, I understand. And when he was developing, you know, the operating system or whatever they were doing back then, I watched a documentary on it. He was staying at a hotel that was renowned for prostitutes, I understand. I don't know if he was seen any of the prostitutes, but if we could compare my 5 best moments to Bill Gates' 5 worst moments, whatever they might be, you know, whatever they might be, whether it's stuff we've heard about or not, I think I might win that one. I like to think that we're both that human, you know. And I'm glad that I started this documents channel that's starting to pick up a few views here and there. And I'm happy to be vlogging again. Hello, Bobby. Bobby. All right then. It's mid-May. Let's see. It's coming on 9 minutes, and I'm gonna sign off right now. And this poopy is happy today, huh? Huh, poopy? Poopy. Go to the poopy. They're crazy.